Mote families, I'm Miss Allison and it's a beautiful day for some backyard yoga. Welcome to Ocean Moves with Mote. Today we're going to be learning about sneaky cephalopods. What is a cephalopod anyway? Well, they are related to animals that are mollusks, which is an animal that has a squishy body and a hard shell. Can you think of animals that have a squishy body and a hard shell that live in the ocean?
Snails?
Snails, yes. Now, most cephalopods, like octopus, squid, and cuttlefish, don't have a hard shell, but they're still related to mollusks. Now, cephalopod has a very special meaning. Cepha means head. Everyone point to your head. Cepha or cephalo. And pod means foot. Head, foot. So let's see if we can get started and learn a little bit about what makes a cephalopod and why I'm calling them sneaky. Alright, so let's try to bring our cephalo down to our pod. So put your feet together and try to reach your head to your toes. Great job, everyone. Go ahead and stand back up, and we're going to be nice and straight because one feature of a cephalopod is they have tentacles or arms. Now, some people call them tentacles and arms. They think it's the same thing, but they're actually a little bit different. So if we're standing up on our feet, we have arms and we have legs. So let's pretend like our arms are cephalopod arms. Let's swing them around, kind of open up your body, get a little stretching going on. Very nice. Now, arms are much shorter than tentacles. So we can pretend like our legs are tentacles. And the big difference is arms have suction cups all over them. But tentacles, the much longer arms, they actually have suction cups only on the bottom. So let's see if we can balance. Bring up one foot. We're going to pretend like this is a tentacle with suction cups only on the very bottom, our feet. So you can roll your foot around like this.
Whoa.
Try going the other way.
It's hard.
So we've got our arms and tentacles. And then try on the other foot. Roll your ankle. There we go.
I do it better on this one.
Yep. So speaking of suction cups, what do you think they might use those suction cups for?
Ooh, to catch food.
To catch food and to move around. So let's pretend like we have suction cups on our hands and on our feet. Jump out so your feet are apart, like that. Take your suction cup hands and put them onto your suction cup feet, and holding onto your ankles, try to move around.
Whoa! Wow!
Very nice. So of course suction cups are used to help cephalopods move around and also to catch their food. Now the really cool thing is, especially for octopus, those tentacles or arms, we call them on an octopus, they actually, it's kind of like they almost have their own brain each, so they can move independently. So let's try to balance on one foot, one arm, and move the rest of our arms by themselves.
Wow.
Lots of balancing today. Let's try the other foot. Balance on one arm and move all the other arms around.
It's like I'm scuba diving.
Now the really cool thing is those arms, because it's almost like they each have their own brain for thinking, they can actually explore the world around them without even looking at it. So let's go ahead and have a seat. However is comfortable for you. I like to put the bottoms of my feet together to get a nice stretch here. And we are going to use our arms to explore our environment. But here's the catch. Close your eyes. So we're going to close our eyes. We're going to use our arms to feel what's on the ground in front of us, to the side of us, to the other side, and maybe even behind us. Do you feel anything different? We're only using our arms. Although octopus, of course, can move around with their arms as well. So I feel something rough. I feel something maybe a little smoother.
I feel something bumpy and something a little smoother.
So everyone go ahead and open your eyes. How do we experience our environment, our world? Well, one of the best ways to do it is by looking around. We use all of our senses like sight, hearing, taste, touch, and what else? What's another sense? Everyone take a deep breath. Through your nose, smell. So we are going to use our eyes to look around, and here is another cool fact. Now the giant squid has the largest eyes of any animal in the world. So we just learned about all our senses, and octopus use their eyes, and squid and cuttlefish and nautilus do too. We'll learn about those in just a minute, but let's go ahead and stand up on our 2 feet because giant squid have the largest eye of any animal in the world, as we just learned. So let's pretend like we are shooting a basketball, because that is the size of each of a giant squid's eyes. So let's go ahead, more balancing. Bring one leg up.
Why is there so much balancing?
Big basketball in your hand. And we're going to try and reach up and take a basketball shot. There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's try with the other leg. Bring your left leg up now. Giant basketball. Bring our left arm up and make a basketball shot. Awesome. Squish. Cool. So, once an octopus or a squid or a cuttlefish or a nautilus gets the food in their tentacles or in their arms, maybe they found it using their eyes, then what are they going to use to eat it with? What kind of a mouth does a cephalopod have? Well, it's actually a beak, kind of like a bird. So now we're going to go back down onto our mats, and we're going to use our legs to show a beak.
Wait, weren't we already on our backs?
So we're going to lay down on our backs, and you can put your legs up into the air, straight up and down. And then we're going to do what's called a scissor kick. So we're going to split our legs in half, and that is our beak chomping on our food. And then we're going to do the other side, and chomp on our food, and the other side, and the other side. Awesome. Now, food is not always right in front of the cephalopod to try and catch, so they have to swim. And the coolest type of swimming that they do is called jet propulsion. Basically what that means is they suck in water and they shoot it back out, and that's how they swim. That's how you get this motion like that. Jellyfish can also swim like that a little bit. So let's go ahead and show our jet propulsion. So bring all of your legs and arms in. Okay, we've sucked in all the water, and then we're gonna shoot it back out. And suck in water, and shoot it back out. And suck in water, and shoot it back out. One more time, suck in water, and then shoot it back out. It's kind of like if you were to take a balloon and try to fill it up with air, but before you tied it, you let it go, and the air goes one way, and the balloon goes the other way. It's like that, but with water. Whew, my heart is going. Where is your heart located?
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Everyone put your hands on your heart and see if you can feel it beating. I feel mine. Now, if you've seen the movie Finding Dory, you may have heard that octopus have more than one heart. And cephalopods do. They have multiple hearts. In fact, they have 3 hearts. So since it's a beautiful sunny day today, let's go ahead and kneel. And we are going to reach our hearts up to the sunshine. And we're going to reach behind us 3 times for the 3 hearts that cephalopods have. Okay? So you can kneel like this, or you can kneel down like this. I'm going to try going up, and we're going to reach our arms behind us. opening up our heart to the sky, reaching it up to the sunshine. And we're gonna reach behind us 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that felt nice. Okay, so let's learn about some specific cephalopods. Let me think. Well, the most well-known one is an octopus. And at Mote, sometimes we have octopus on display. So let's go ahead and sit on our mats. And octopus only have one hard part in their body, and that's the beak, right, that we just learned about. So they can squeeze in through teeny tiny little holes and cracks and crevices wherever they might live. So let's make a little tiny hole for our octopus to squeeze through. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can sit with your feet on the ground right in front of you, and you can take one foot and put it on top of your other knee, or you can lay down and do it. And you're going to take your arms, your octopus arms, and you're going to squeeze them through that hole. And then you can switch to the other side. I'll show you the laying down version. So we're going to lay down, put one foot on top of the other knee, take our arms of the octopus, and squeeze through that little tiny hole. Now, something else that's really, really cool about octopus, you can sit back down on your mats, they can camouflage. What does that mean?
It means to blend into your surroundings.
To blend in or hide. And sometimes they can hide in plain sight, meaning they can change color, they can even change texture. So if they're behind or they're in front of a bumpy coral, they can change their skin to look exactly like that coral. Really cool. So what I want you to do right now is find something in your house that you can blend in with, okay? We're gonna give you 2 seconds, we're gonna blend in, and then we'll come back and continue. Ready, go! Can you see us? So we can blend in using color, pattern, or texture. Okay, let's put our props to the side and continue on learning about some cool cephalopods. So we learned about octopus. It can squeeze into tiny places. Octopus are really, really smart. Go ahead and kiss your brains. Yes, they are super smart, and they can change color to blend in. Well, what happens if a predator or something that wants to eat them actually sees them and they're not blending in very well? What can they do to confuse that predator or make that predator go away? What do you think?
Squirt ink.
They can squirt ink. So let's hop back up onto our feet, and however you want to show squirting ink, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to pretend like it's coming out of my mouth, and I'm going to make a cloud of ink for the predator to get confused and for me to swim away. Let's do it one more time. Ready? Awesome. Well, I do want to tell you about another kind of cephalopod. We've learned about squid and octopus. There's another cephalopod that is a little lesser known, called the nautilus. And this cephalopod actually does have a shell, and its ancestors lived way back when, during the time of the dinosaurs. So they are a really ancient animal. So let's go down onto our knees, and this kind of cephalopod makes a really beautiful spiral shell. So we're going to do a little bit of a modified rainbow pose. So go ahead and let's put your left leg out, okay? And we are going to start on the right side. So put your right hand down, and then we're going to take our left arm and make a beautiful spiral shell, and then wind up on this side with all of our tentacles. Can you guess how many tentacles a nautilus has?
I don't know.
They have more than 90 tentacles. They have the most of any cephalopod, but they don't have any suction cups. Let's try it on the other side. Go back to your kneeling pose, and you can put your right leg out this time, resting on your heel. We're going to take our left hand and put it down on the mat, And then we're gonna make a beautiful spiral shell. Oh, reach up high into the sky and wind up on this side with our tentacles hanging out of our beautiful spiral shell. Fantastic. Okay, so octopus, squid, nautilus, one of my favorites, has the cutest name, even though it's not spelled the way you think. It's called the cuttlefish. Now cuttlefish are really, really cool too. They can change color, they can change texture, they hide really well, and they swim in a really funny way with this long, kind of like a fin that goes all around their body. Let's do that for a second. Let's make a little wavy movement. This is called undulating. Now the other cool thing about cuttlefish is they actually have a W-shaped eye. Do we have W-shaped eyes? Ours are round, right? But their W shape allows them to see all around them all the time because they're making sure that they stay safe, and also they're looking out to find some food. So let's go ahead and sit on our mats, and we're gonna try and make a W shape with our bodies, okay? This is another balancing pose. So we're gonna put the bottoms of our feet together and lift them up. You can hold on to your ankles to start, and then we're gonna take both of our hands and go underneath where our knees are, okay? And now you can see I'm making a W shape, just for the W of the cuttlefish eye.
That's hard.
It is hard, but this is something that you can practice, right? Now, another cool thing that cuttlefish do is they have two long tentacles, feeding tentacles, that they shoot out when they're ready to feed. So this will be our last pose. You can kneel again. This is also a really relaxing pose. And we're just gonna lay down for a second. So put your tummy on your knees. You can put your head down for a moment. But wait, there's some food coming. So we are going to shoot out our tentacles. And then we're gonna eat. And we're gonna bring it back to our mouth and relax again. And then shoot out our tentacles. We found some more food. And now we're just gonna relax for 3 seconds for the 3 hearts. 3, 2, 1. Okay, everyone go ahead and sit up. We're gonna sit crisscross applesauce like we do at the end of each session. And even though cuttlefish are not spelled like cuddle, it's actually C-U-T-T-L-E instead of C-U-D-D-L-E, I want you all to give yourselves a giant hug because you did awesome today. Oh, that feels so nice. And let's switch and put the other arm on top. Well, today we learned a lot about sneaky cephalopods and how they can hide and change color and sneak into little spots and some of the really, really cool features that they have that make them able to survive so well. And we thank you so much today for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.
Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed this session of Ocean Moves with Mote, please let us know. We'd love to see pictures or videos of you and your family doing our moves when you post to social media using hashtag OMM. Also let us know if you have any ideas or favorite animals that you'd like us to highlight for a future Ocean Moves with Mote. And until then, be well and have a beautiful day.